What is up, you guys? It is me, JordanOrionn, back with another video. For today's video, I'm super excited because of all the drama regarding Ice Spice and Cleotrappa, my apologies. Wanted to use this whole situation as a catalyst to talk about the 7 warning signs to indicate to you that your quote-unquote friend is not your friend. And as we do that, I am going to be doing my makeup and how I got this look today. I really like my look, y'all. Like, I really think it's giving what needs to be given. Let me know if it is. And if you are interested, you will be seeing kind of the process on how I did my makeup. By no means is this a tutorial step by step, but it definitely gives you insight on how I got this look. So let's just get into this video. I'm so excited to talk about this. Let's go.
I don't wanna waste your time, so maybe you should make it mine. So I'm everything you could desire. Baby, what's the
Love you, babe, love you, babe. I love you, babe, love you, babe. Love you, babe, love you, babe, love you, babe. Oh, I need my notes. Yeah. So we're gonna start doing this makeup. Today's video. Oh, how am I looking? Am I high enough? Lord, let me see. We're gonna do my makeup today. I just feel like doing the most for work. I'll be working till 7, so I just learned that you need to pat in your primer instead of swiping it. I really have been so interested lately, and I've never been like this interested in makeup. Like, I've always liked makeup, but I'm more interested as of late in like the technique. But anywho, y'all, we're gonna be talking about women, girl, female friendships. This has been inspired by the whole trending topic of Ice Spice and Cleotrappa situation, and let me just say, I watched more than a few videos on that whole situation. I've heard the story like 5 times now, and every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so telling about just women and how some women choose to go about friendships and go about just being ugly to other women.
Cleotrappa posted on her TikTok page a multi-part series explaining how Ice Spice mistreated her during the 30 days that she invited her to be on tour with her going around the United States. This all started at the end of June when she calls her and is like, hey Cleo, like, come on tour with me, I miss you. Cleo's like, no, I'm not about to just be on tour with you watching you perform, like, no. This is all coming out after all that fake shit like a couple months ago that was showing Ice was not a real friend to Cleo at all. Cleo's like, nah, I got stuff to do in New York, I can't just watch you perform. And then Ice is like, no, I want you to perform with me, like, I want you to be on stage with me. At first, Cleo's taken aback because it's like, you've never asked me to be on tour before. Is this damage control for all the stuff that's been coming out? But then she's like, no, that's my friend. Like, she would want to do this. Like, she's making up for it, like, whatever. And keep in mind, Cleo was given 1 day to prepare for this entire 30-day tour. But she had peace of mind because she was told that she would be accommodated, that she would be staying with Ice, that she would not be a problem. That was not the case during these 30 days of hell as she describes it. The first couple days were so fun, it was cute as she describes it, but then it all went downhill when they went to Philly. They're getting ready to go to the venue and they're trying to figure out if they need to bring the bag, so they decide to because if there's a wardrobe malfunction then they can just have something to change into. I was a little bit confused by this whole situation, but from my understanding, Ice was not willing to let her security help Cleo out. They were basically telling her like, they're not going to do more than they already do. But then when she said, I'll pay them, she said, no, it's like a flat rate. And then she's like, oh, so he'll move a house if you want him to because it's a flat rate, but you just don't want him to help me. Everything after this was bad because apparently Ice was not okay with Cleo speaking up and telling her that she was not doing stuff correctly. Because of all of this, Ice and Cleo were not good at all. She wasn't checking on her, she wasn't making sure she was good, she wasn't making sure she had a hotel room, was fed, nothing. It was almost as if she was being punished for speaking up, like, you can't speak on me because I'm famous, so like, just take it. I put you on this tour, suck it up, do what I say. Cleo wasn't even on the bill. When she said to perform at 8 p.m., Cleo will go on at like 7:25, 7:30. People aren't even there yet. That is shady. That is shady. At some point, she did end up getting some help. I think it was the Chicago show, and it was great for her. But the only reason the person came out to help is because they were told they would be able to meet someone named Riot. But then when they got there, they were like, nah, you're not meeting him. And they were like, this was the agreement. Like, you can't just be playing with people like this and their time and their money. Like, this is not okay. There was a part where they went to like the butt nowhere and there was only a McDonald's a couple miles away and they're like, no, it's too far. And then they were like asking questions. Cleo and the makeup artist and hair artist were asking questions and they're like, yeah, I don't know when we're gonna get food. Turns out they all went to a steakhouse. They had all left to go to a steakhouse and do whatever they wanted to do and left them. That's just up. That is up. But Cleo for the entire time was like, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna wait until the end of the tour because I'm hoping that if she listens, then we have a way of fixing this. But if she doesn't give it a and she wasn't my friend to begin with. And that's what the she found out that Ice did not give a she was calling her ungrateful. She was saying, I brought you on this, you're my childhood friend, like, you're so ungrateful. Being really passive aggressive. Like, you can see the messages in her video, but it's like not cute at all. And like, coupled with the recent scandal with Mads and Central C, like, her behavior as a human being honestly is just turning away more people than it is turning people onto her. Ice is talking about, oh, those tweets, but Cleo knew that if people saw that she was unfollowed after she was just on tour, people were gonna say stuff anyway, so she was like, I have to come out and say something anyway. So like, what?
Ice Spice is not giving girls girl, but also we all have to keep in mind that we're hearing one side of one story. But you know, it's becoming a trend for Ice Spice ex-friends to really tell stuff about her. And I just want to go into a bigger conversation of how you know that your friend is jealous or has not the best intentions for you. So the first thing I would say is the energy, your energy when you leave that interaction. Like, you and your body will let you know. Your intuition, a woman's intuition is one of the greatest gifts we have. You know something, Miss Ma'am is not ever lying, really. Like, for the most part, I mean, sometimes she has her moments of just like, oh, I think you read that wrong. But more often than not, how I feel is what's actually going on. I would just say, start listening to that. Start listening to how you feel when you're done, you know, with that interaction with someone, because girl, when I tell you, your body is trying to help you out. And if you feel drained from that interaction, more often than not, that person is just not the person for you. Not saying they're a bad person. Sometimes they're just not your type of person. Even when you are dealing with another person, and even in that moment you feel a ways, that's very like, what's going on here? Like, what's happening right now? Please let me know. I've color corrected. So sidebar, last time I did my makeup earlier this week, I'll insert a picture of what I was looking like this week. But I was using this red color corrector, and I still think red color corrector is fine. But the undertone was so red, and I was not a fan of that, y'all. So this time I used my True Complexion concealer in a shade that's pretty much my shade, and I'm color correcting with this, and then I'm going to use my foundation. And y'all, I'm still on the hunt for a foundation, like a good foundation that has ingredients that is good for skin. In the meantime though, I'm wearing this one, and this is in the color Mocha, so 360. I don't want to use a lot of foundation if I don't have to, because I don't like the way foundation feels anyway, but I love the way it makes me look afterwards. So sacrifices, I guess. The second sign that you can tell a girl is just not dealing with you, effing with you, is if she's always critiquing you. I had this one friendship, and mind y'all, a lot of my really bad friendships happened during middle school, high school, which is understandable because during that time, girls are trying to figure themselves out. That's like a time period that festers and lives for the insecurities of women. Like, I hated about those friendships I had. And one particular I remember, like yesterday, she was always critiquing me and mind y'all, I'm a very, like, to my friends, I really would pride myself on how I treat my friends. Like, I'm not perfect, but I definitely am someone that likes to hype my friends up. I'm very supportive of my friends, and you know, life is happening, especially now as I'm getting older, and just I'm an adult now. I have responsibilities, things I need to pay for, things I need to do for myself to elevate. But even in that, I really pride myself on checking, and I pride myself on trying to make time for my friends. I pride myself on just being supportive, even if we're not talking every day. I'm hitting on your social medias, like, girl, you look good. Like, I'm hyping you up through socials. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm that type of person. I remember this one friendship, y'all. She was always critiquing me. Like, she'd be like, oh, you're wearing that shirt? Oh, you got a pimple right here. Oh, your makeup's a little smudged. Like, she was always just saying something. And I appreciate, you know, helpful criticism or helpful redirection or something. But you just always picking on my flaws is very telling. I remember that happened, and I remember, like, it was one day I was at her house, and she was telling me, like, oh my gosh, like, I feel this way, and I feel that way. And I'm over here just, you know, reassuring her, like, girl, you're fine. And she was like, but girl, let me be honest about you. And then she just started listing stuff that I can work on about myself. And I'm thinking, unsolicited advice that I really did not want, nor do I feel like I need to work on, because I feel comfortable with what I'm doing, what I'm wearing, how I look. Like, watch out for those type of women, because they're pretending to be there for you, build you up, but gradually they're trying to break you down, trying to make you beg for validation from them, trying to make you need reassurance all the time. That is not good, y'all. That is not good. The next sign that your quote-unquote friend does not like you is that she's never asking about you. Everything has to be about her. She doesn't care to know how you're feeling. She doesn't care to know how your day is. She just does not care. And to be honest with you guys, I have also been in a relationship where it's like, I ask you about you, I check in on you, hey, how are you doing? And after talking in a long-winded, you know, explanation of how she's been, a long-winded conversation about her, I would just sit there in silence, or it would just be silence, crickets when it comes to me. And then I would have to just interject, like, well, my day's been good, you know? And a real friend, a real person that is like for you, would want to know about you, would be interested in how you feel and how your day was, and would take time to be your quote-unquote therapist while you kind of just spill on what's going on with you, how you feel, and help you out, give you some sound advice. Sidebar, catalyst off of that point. If they're giving you bad advice, things that honestly make a situation worse, girl, they're wanting to see you go down in flames. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up messing with these fake people. And if you already noticed it, let it go. Release. Let the bird fly. Please. Another sign that this girl is not a girl for you, not a girl's girl, is one-upping. I cannot stand this trait in people. When you feel the need to one-up, it's giving very much ill. And then to piggyback off that, y'all, when someone intentionally decides to one-up you, they're pretty much showing you or telling you through their actions that they want you to be inferior to them. They want one person in this relationship to be inferior. When someone is one-upping you, y'all, it pisses me off. And I had this situation too. So I remember, y'all, in high school especially, I would come to school with something on, like, prime example, I had Chacos. If you don't know what Chacos are, y'all did a whole Chaco review when this was like 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, this was like 6-7 years ago. I don't know, y'all, this was a minute ago. But I did a Chaco review, guys, and I was obsessed with Chacos. Like, I don't know why I wanted these shoes so bad, these sandals so bad. But I got them one day for Christmas, or I don't know. And I remember I went to school with them, y'all. They were green. They were real cute. I still wear them to this day. And I come back, and the girl that claimed to be I was cool with got Chacos too. And when I first got them, she was telling me, or when I was talking about them and showing her pictures, she was telling me like they're ugly. Oh, they're ugly. And then I wear them and you see they look fly, at least on me. And then you decide to copy my steeds. And I was so irritated because I'm going to say one thing, and this is going to go and roll into the next sign. But I don't like people copying me. I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't like copying, especially like when it comes to fashion. And I'm not saying I have the most crazy fashion, but it's like I definitely have certain things I like. And then when I start seeing that friends start replicating that, it gets weird to me. Copying is the best form of flattery. No, it's weird. I don't like that type of stuff. After I got done putting my blush on, I did set a little bit with, not a little bit, I set but not drenched my face with some setting spray just to start the setting process, since I do have a long day ahead of me. The next sign that she is insecure and not your friend is she is always needing reassurance, needing you to tell her how good she looks, needing you to tell her how great she is. She's always needing that confirmation that she is doing well. And I wouldn't say, I guess this can be a tip that more demonstrates an insecure friend, like if she's insecure. But this also, I think, can contribute to her not liking you because she's always making it about her. To a point, I don't mind doing that because heck, I need reassurance sometimes. Having friends, they're supposed to be your sounding board sometimes and supposed to also be your cheerleaders. So I don't think there's a problem in reassuring a friend, but when they're constantly needing that, it gives that you are not secure within yourself. And being with someone that's not like secure within themselves, Lord, it can definitely be draining. Definitely be draining. And sometimes in those situations, you have to just ask her a question with a question. Do you feel good? Do you feel you look good? And I had to start doing that at one point. Like, do you feel good? Because I can tell you so many times under the sun and you still will ask me the same question. I still would tell me how you feel. And it's like, I can only do so much. That's when you need to go to your family, your core. Other people, like, apparently, you know, my reassurance is not reassuring you enough. And you have to keep asking me the questions. So go to somebody else and ask them the question. I hate asking, like, reiterating myself. Especially when I start noticing like you just do this for like attention. It's really like annoying to me. Let's get into the next sign that your so-called friend is actually your biggest hater. She enjoys embarrassing you in front of people. She enjoys that. And you know something? I have had situations where old quote-unquote friends would say personal things I told them in confidence and decide during a group setting to put me on total blast. And in those moments, it gets so awkward because at the time when I was naive and I was like still really seeing the best in everybody and always giving excuses, I was like, oh, she didn't mean to, or perhaps she thought, you know, she felt maybe I said that she could share. Like, I would make excuses, but no. If a woman, a girl, is deciding to tell your business and they know it's business that might have you looking a little shocked because she knows it was personal, y'all, she is not for you. Like, you need to get away from her ASAP. No, Rocky, please. Like, y'all, she's trying to get you. And the final and last sign that I will be discussing in this video, this girl's intention is to hurt you. And we spoke about this earlier, but I spoke a little too soon. But they are always copying you, y'all. Like, they want to copy you and then elevate it even more to dim your light. And I swear, y'all, like I already said, I don't find someone replicating, copying me as a sign of flattery. I find it as a sign of weirdness. I find it as a sign that you have to so badly bite off someone else to feel good about you. And that's weird. Truly odd. These are the warning signs. I am warning you. These are the warning signs that a girl that you are befriending is not your friend, but your enemy. And I don't also believe in that. Well, to an extent, be close to your enemies, but in this case, back away, because when you continue staying in a relationship like that, you're gonna find yourself just miserable, truly. So yeah, y'all, let me finish up this look. It's giving very much girly. I think I put a little too much blush on, honestly, but you know what, we're gonna rock with it because I have no time and I'm not redoing all this work. So I'll see y'all in literally a second. This is the final look. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys comment, make sure you guys like, please, and also follow me on all my social media platforms, which will be linked right here, and I will see y'all in my next upload. Bye.